Wink.
You guys can ask questions and any of that stuff and have input or whatever. So today we are going over all the personal tools.
Your faces are not recording, so you know.
That's fine, yeah.
It's enough.
We're going over all the personal tools. Fuck.
What you got?
Stand right there. Maybe we better. It's probably right on the fucking edge.
You enjoying your trip?
Yeah. I told you.
That's a very nice game on
What's in here?
They're not too expensive either. Now I'm just learning how to use everything.
I've learned.
Yeah, with my.
You know.
Today we're going to go over all your personal tools and the impact. Can you grab me one of those sections? Those, like those.
The display things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's nice.
it. That's real nice.
That's nice on the back.
Oh.
Is it wood color?
Yeah.
Today we're going to go over all the personal tools and the impact. Sorry, you guys have to hear the repeats, but starting with the impact, this is how you remove the battery. You can use any of the batteries that we have in any of the trucks. You can use on any of the tools, minus one of the grinders. You have to use a 60 volt on it, but you press this and then pull that off, and that's how you remove the battery. On these batteries, there's a button on them that shows the life that's left on them. Always grab a new battery before you go into always make sure you got a new battery before you go in to work on the door. There are multiple different settings on these for the light, for the power mode. We don't mess with any of those. There's really no need. Full power all the time. This is, so we'll go back to here. This is the trigger. It is a progressive trigger. So the harder you squeeze it, the faster it's going to go. And this is forward direction, fingers forward, and then thumbs reverse. We used to have to use the middle setting to lock the trigger because of the holsters we used to use. They used to go in a holster, and now that we have these clips on here, that's really never an issue. We usually just switch them back to forward. And then again, back to this, we have, this is, oh wait, we'll go to this first. So to remove the tool, you press forward or you pull forward on this. These new ones are kind of stout. It's good, but because the last gen, we're always trying to keep up with the newer ones. Not always, but if there is a newer one and it's a lot better than the ones we have, we'll switch to it. But this spring is a lot stronger than the last ones, and I think it's because after we'd used these for about a month, this would become weak and your bit would just fall out randomly. So I think they really stiffened up the spring inside this. But you push forward here, and then that pulls that out. For one-hand tool change, it's a little bit harder, but you don't have to press anything. That just slides right in there, and it's locked in. But again, to remove it, you pull forward, and it pulls out. Put this is the first video, so there's going to be some dead space because I didn't make a full thing to record. These are the pliers we use, the wire pliers. They can be used as pliers at the very end of them. Nowhere down here do you squeeze on anything to try to wrench on it, because you'll damage those teeth and then it will no longer cut. All of this through here is cutting. Anything outside of copper, do not cut it. that'd be the hardest thing you can cut. Don't cut aluminum with it. Definitely don't cut a steel cable with it. You'll just ruin those cutters right there, and it won't work. But you can definitely grab a hold of something with that, and I mean put quite a bit of pressure on it. These are pretty nice pliers.
I've also learned too not to grab things and twist, because then those will.
Yeah, the jaws will twist like that, and then they'll never meet again. And when you try to close in on that, it won't line up and it won't cut, and the $30 pair of pliers just become junk.
So if you have to do things like that, what should I use?
Yeah, you can use vice grip, not for any twisting motion. Instead of grabbing it like this, unless you can't, try to grab it like this, twist this way instead of this way, because these will do the same thing, just not as easily as these will.
Do those have cutters on them?
They
Of
do.
some kind?
Yeah,
In case I have to
yeah.
find something bigger than my pliers can?
We'll get to the vice grips here in just a second. There is a lock on all these. Squeeze it, lift it, good to go. When you're using these, like repeatedly for like 15 minutes straight, wiring up an opener or wiring up something like that, you can always put these in your pocket straight down, just so that they're easy to grab and go. But if you just have them on because you might need them, which we wear all of our tools all the time, there's not a lot here, so that's why we kind of try to keep it as simple as we can, so there's not a lot of extra weight on you. But always put them handle side down so that they don't cut the bottom of your pants, because eventually they will. Onto the vice grips. You develop a feel for where tight is when you're clamping down on something. See how that's real easy to close? If you twist that just a little bit more, it's harder to close. A little bit more, harder to close. Twist that a little bit more, it's even harder to close. Based on, not everything has to be mega tight, you know, to use these. Just firm is okay for most situations, but if you're holding up a door and you're trying to keep it from falling down, definitely put as much as you can on it. Or if you're trying to hold a shaft from moving, definitely put as much as you can on it. This is one of the tools that we use the most and that we trust the most. So we always make sure we've got a good pair. Never use an overseas, like, not overseas, but like, never use them made from China. Made from China, they're gonna fall apart, they're gonna break, and your life could be on the line with something that this is holding. So we always want to use the Vice Grip brand. This is the set that we use.
Missing some things there.
This one here.
This one all.
Hang on a second, yeah. Sorry, got this a little mixed up here. And then this goes here.
I think your extension is best placed if you're right or left-handed. Worked out for me. Be on the
Do you
side.
use this enough to put it on that side? Have you?
No.
No. We do. We'll work on that too, if that comes a thing. We can talk more about it. But these are the standard tools that we use all the time, often. Starts with 7/16 nut driver with an extension on it. These extensions work the same way as an impact. Pull back, and it pulls out. And then again, you can just push it right back in. Sometimes this will get twisted a little bit inside of here, and you literally just take it and whack it on something hard, like concrete is best, or a hard piece of steel, and then it twists that back up, and then it's not so hard to pull it back out. You can also try to put it in the impact, try to hold this and go in reverse, and it'll click, but sometimes you get your finger caught in that and it doesn't work out so well. So just tapping it on something loosens that back up, and then you can just pull that right back out.
That tip's not coming off.
Just like that. So we used to have a 7/16 separate and a 3/8 separate, but we found these, and it has them on both ends. You can pull this. Oh, yours is not coming out. Yours, did you glue it?
No, I just.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
hang on.
It's in there.
Okay.
Yeah. I've tried.
Got
grab me a different one.
you got a bunch of shavings in there or something?
Yeah. Switch that out though. They get stuck like that?
Yeah, I've had this, this one to get it off.
Yeah.
What?
You know what we set up?
No.
You know, I thought this shut off because it's black now with just a tiny.
Yeah, yeah. So those pull off of there like that, and then this will be full of shavings and stuff. It's really convenient. These things are super nice. You wipe that off there with your thumb, put that back on your 7/16, pull that, flip it 3/8, now you're 3/8. The only bad thing about these, I think, so they are made of that carbon steel, so they are impact ready. I have not broken one of these. Usually things break when they're not pushed all the way in and it's putting all that stress on that small spot. And that's where we would find that these would start breaking, is on those older impacts, they would start to fall out and it would only be grabbing by that tip and it would snap that off. If it's all the way in, like it's supposed to be, that should not break. Sometimes they still do, and we have this attachment on everything that we use, so, but you'll find that sometimes that does break. The only really bad thing about these is how shallow that is. Maybe they'll make an adjustment soon where that's just a little bit deeper, maybe a little bit stronger magnet, because your tappers do tend to fall out a little bit, but you perfect it and you get better at it, so it's not too bad. Just be careful when you're pushing on a panel, because sometimes that'll want to slip off of there and damage the panel. So we called this the 7/16 driver. Grab me a 7/16 driver. That's this.
And what are those used for?
This is for all of your tappers, lags. Almost everything we use has got a 7/16 head on it. Lags.
Yeah, majority of door assembly.
Yeah, and this is, you're going to be using this more than anything else. You'll notice that the track bolts are 7/16, but this is not deep enough to tighten a track bolt. It'll bottom out and your track bolt won't get tight. And then again, you'll find there's going to be random 3/8 things on overhead door brand stuff that's all 3/8, but
Older doors?
yeah,
Wayne Dalton's all 3/8, I think.
yeah.
Not all of them, but sometimes, yeah.
And then on to, that needs to be, we need to switch that out. That's a junker one. 7/16, 7/16 socket. And that's what it's called. Go grab me a 7/16 socket. This is what you're getting. It is a short 12 point, because, cone please. There we go. So not only does this work on any of your 1/4" bolts and stuff like that, but all of the things on a drum or a spring, not all the ones on the spring, there are some different ones on the spring, but they're all square heads. And on a 12 point, that'll actually fit down in there, and that's how we tighten all of our drums and cones, spring cones. It grabs just like that. Again, this would be used for track bolts. Those, there's a few other random things on there.
Tear outs.
Yep.
And wood doors.
Onto the 9/16. Do you have a 6.9?
I do, yes.
Is this your truck?
No.
Yeah. No. There's, check in the drawer. So we'll go on to the half. Everything has the exact same bit on it. It's a 3/8 adapter, 1/4 inch drive with a 3/8 adapter on it. Again, impact grade. These are the DeWalt ones. We found that these last pretty well, and they have a nice clip in, and there's no slop in there. It allows you to get on that bolt nice and straight. With this half, we make this a standard grade, I guess. It's steel, it's just regular steel with that chrome finish on it. That way it's easier to identify. When you're looking down, you just see the chrome one, you know that that's your half. This is going to be a 6-point because there's nothing 12 point that would fit for us. So a 6-point is going to slip a lot less than a 12-point will because there's a lot less teeth in there. I think we used to use 12 points, but they would slip on everything, so we switched to 6 points, and they bite nice and they get things real nice and tight. All of your backhang stuff, you're fine with this. A lot of your backhang stuff, a lot of your bigger stuff, 30-foot doors and stuff like that, we switched to 3/8 bolts, but 5/16 bolts, that's what we use our half for a lot. And then we just switched to 6 points for all of our 9/16. Our winder has a 3/8 bolt on it for the spline that winds it, and we've seen that it's starting to slip. So we switched to a 6-point, and now it doesn't slip on that piece as much because that piece is very expensive to replace, and the more we can keep that thing in good shape, the better. We do have a spline socket. It is, I think it's a 9/16 that we can use to tighten all of our bigger cone bolts. They're like, instead of these small ones, it's just a bigger head on it. You can use a 1/2-inch wrench to tighten it, or a 9/16 spline socket. Those are just in the truck because we don't run into those too often.
Spline meaning?
It's like, grab one of those. But these are also a carbon steel finish. We have broken these in the past. We have yet to break one of these, but there's a little bit more torque. I mean, you have to hit the 9/16 bolt a little bit longer, and we've broken off corners of these, and that's why we always get carbon steel with those. This is a spline socket. This will fit that larger cone on the bigger springs, like your 6-inch springs and stuff like that. A lot of them will have a larger set screw on it.
Ringers.
Yep. And this will fit right on there and tighten them up. I don't know if maybe you guys, that's not close enough, but that's what a spline socket is. And that's we have a full set of these on the truck, but that 9/16 one is really the only one we use, and until we find more use for the rest of them. So that's this set. This is your most used set, and that clips on your right side here, just like that. Clips around that. There is a hoop on your belt. We'll go over that further, but there's a hoop on your belt that clips right there. It is quicker to use. As you're walking around, though, it kind of bounces a little bit. But I mean, if I'm consistently working on something and not doing much walking around, I definitely prefer it right there. It's just so much faster to get those things on and off. Now on to the accessory set, and again, standard set, common set. Standard set?
Common set.
Yeah, that's what we call that. I need a new most used set. I don't know what the hell we call it yet, but this is the accessory set. I think we've got a pretty concrete name for that one. Mm-hmm. On that one, we have these. So you'll notice that one has fallen off. There is a little piece up there that you can grab, and it does the same thing. You can grab that. These rarely ever switch or get pulled out, so that's why this is okay, because you can just pull that. Just a little bit of crap on the end of that one. Wipe it off. back on it goes. So there's really no need to pull that out. If you ever do just need the quarter drive on that, this is a quarter drive. It doesn't bite as well as this one does. I'm okay with you guys using this for a quarter drive or this long extension piece. That's got a 1/4 inch drive on it as well. You can use that to drive in metal screws and stuff like that. This really slips off. We don't use that very much at all, but it's because it is so shallow and it wants to slip off of things so easily. But the 5/16 we do use on a few things as well. So this is a 1/4 and a 5/16.
Yeah, I mainly use the 1/4, taking screws out for the opener cover. That way it doesn't just fall.
Yeah.
Has a magnet on it.
Yeah. Where was it at? I just lost one yesterday. I think it was yesterday. I dropped it and it disappeared. Whenever you drop a screw, stop what you're doing and just watch it. And you can usually watch where it hits and falls and goes and then, okay, it's right there. But if you drop it and aren't paying attention, you'll just lose it and you'll waste a bunch of time trying to find it. On to this one, another extension one. We used to just have a nice long solid piece, but that's either way. I mean, if we might switch back and forth on those to where it's one solid piece versus with an extension. But
It's nice to have that extra driver just in case.
yeah, these are $9 a piece. These extension pieces. So this is like $15 right there. So take care of this stuff. It is pretty expensive. But this is a T25. Can you grab me a screw? Steve's probably pounced.
I see he's got everything under the kitchen sink in that pouch.
There is a kitchen sink in there, actually.
Yeah.
Gotta do the dishes from lunch.
Got one, Josh?
Okay.
We use this. This is a deck screw, or wood screw. We use it for holding back hangs up or lumber up. I mean, just anything lumber. We do a decent amount of lumber work as well. So that is what this is for. Sits right in there. That's how we tighten our screws. I feel like there's something more on this.
Depth of the screw, or
Yeah, when you're tightening these up, try to stop it flush. But you'll notice that when you're tightening up a board, it'll get flush, but then you have to tighten it more, and it'll actually sink into the wood, and then the two pieces of wood will actually bottom out to each other. Always pay attention for those to bottom out. But if you can stop flush, great. But if not, definitely make it tight versus flush. Now on to, this is a number 2 Phillips. These are the old bits we used to use. Still a good part though, no problem in wasting it and throwing it away, so we're gonna keep using that. But on those, you can't just push that in there. You have to pull it back forward and it goes. So if you find one of these, that's how it works out. But this is a number 2 Phillips. We use these to wire up openers,
Wall buttons.
wall buttons. There's quite a few different things that we use the number 2 bit for. These are pretty good bits. They're the Milwaukee ones. They really don't round out very much, but always pay attention to the tip of that. That's where this part will fail, or this tool will fail, is those tips will get dull, and then it'll slip on pretty much everything. So pay attention to if it's slipping or not. And then we have the number 3.
Which we didn't used to carry, but we've started
Yeah.
doing more man doors.
Yep. Now that we're doing a lot more man doors, we have, I don't know if you can see them in the back there, but that pallet,
15?
yeah, that pallet right there is full of man doors. This is a number 3 Phillips. All of the hinges on a man door are a number 3 Phillips bit. There are other components on the door as well. Is there anything in the overhead door world that number 3?
Not that I
Yeah,
know.
I don't think there's very many things in overhead door that we use a number 3 bit for, but we do work on enough man doors now that this is one of the tools that we carry.
maybe come across an old door somebody's put a screw in or something.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. But these, we're still trying to find the best one. This is a very good one. The Milwaukee one is. but these are a little bit more expensive than the others, and these will still break. There's just so much material hanging out there on the edges that just snaps off, and that's okay. We carry 5 or 6 of these on each truck, so that when we're working on a man door, we can always just go grab another one.
And once those ears start to round, it just falls out of the damn
Yeah.
screw every time.
And even trying to bury the screw and stop just as it finishes instead of really tightening it down, that's kind of, don't over tighten stuff with these, or don't really try to loosen stuff with these, because that's just going to cause it to snap off. So if there is a stuck screw on a hinge, we have a hammer screwdriver, or it's an impact screwdriver. You put it in there and you hit it with a hammer, and then that loosens it up. We'll go over that on a later video. But yeah, these will break. It's not a major deal. We already expect it to happen, that these do break. So if you break one, not a big deal. And then this is our long extension. It functions the same as, pretty sure?
The impact, yeah.
It functions the same as the impact. You just slide it in there and you pull that, release it, and it comes out. These are awesome. This is the Diablo brand. We've gone through quite a few different renditions of this, quite a few different manufacturers, and we've landed on this one, and it's been treating us really well.
I've had that one for probably about a year.
Yeah.
Probably about a year.
And yeah, same. You've probably had one for quite a while.
No issues with it.
Yep. They had like long versions of these, and they didn't quite work out. The end of it, this always happened, and we do have to take things out of this all the time. So we switched into this tool instead of those. But this will help you get all the way down alongside of an opener really well. Get you down and back in there. This just helps you reach a lot more things. And feel free to, if you really have to reach into something, take all these off, and add all the extensions that you need to get down into something. Just know that the more extensions you have on something, the less torque you're getting at the very end of it. So if this was only this long, you're applying a lot more torque to it. If this was only this long, you're applying even more torque to it. But the longer you get, the less torque you get at the very end because of all of the slop in this whole assembly at the end. So maybe you can tighten down a lag or something, but at the end maybe give it a little bit extra at the end there, if it seems like it's not as tight as it should be. I'm gonna have Steve's stuff all messed up here. Mm-hmm. It's not my problem. We'll get there. Yeah.
These are personal tools.
Is that new?
That's me.
Oh, yeah. Switch that out when you get a chance, Steve.
Is that a 9?
Yes, 9 socket.
Yeah, it's a 12-point.
So that goes there.
We actually do need 9/16 sockets.
Yeah, I ordered some.
You ordered some.
This goes where?
It was on the number 2.
Oh. Yeah, normally we just do this. This is long enough for most applications. Having those things too long, it's hard to get back in your pocket. As you're carrying, this is really I mean, they're all pretty fucking long, I guess. But I mean, it's whatever. You can have that
I
on
have
there.
it on that so that way I have an extra.
Okay.
Just in case, because I've ran into where my driver will break and then I'll go to this, and then sometimes this is just what it is and I can't get it apart. So
Oh yeah.
because I hardly ever use it, so I just have options.
Okay.
If I'm on site and just need to.
Yeah, and it is the same length as the rest of that. I mean, pretty damn close, so it doesn't really matter. You're going to have to fight that in there anyway. So, this is a step bit. We use these to make holes in track, holes in pretty much anything. We always start out with a tapper. This is sharp every single time that you grab a new one, and these are like 4 cents or something like that. So if the tip gets dull, throw it away, get a new one. get it through with that one. Always break the surface or always break through your track with this and then switch to this. Because this is, I think they're like 30 bucks. And then, yeah, the tip is broken on that one. It's fine. Again, we usually never use the tip, but if that tip, if where it's broken off gets any bigger than this, then you need a new one of these. And I would rather you replace this than replace this. So never use this to break or to start a hole. Always use this. When we break through something as well with this, or when we get through something, since it is tapered like that, one side of your hole is going to be bigger than the other. So we often, and it also kind of flares out that edge and leaves a sharp edge on it. On track, that's not okay because the track bolt doesn't get always tightened up all the way. So take it out and then come back in through this way and go just a little bit, even if you're just scratching the surface of it to get that burr off of that side. It makes for a better fit for your track bolt and stuff. And then you can go over these. I have been doing all the talking. You go on ahead.
Well, these are pretty much the same thing as like your main set. Main set, huh?
Main set, yeah. Main set.
Goes 7/2, and we have 2 9s, one being a stationary, the other being a ratchet. We have 3 ratchets, a 7.5, and then a 9 ratchet. Very convenient. And these are all 12-point, being 4. Same thing with the 12.7 socket. Sometimes you can't get your socket onto the drum or spring, so you have to use your wrench, especially with the winder.
I've noticed too on these, we use this end sometimes for things, but not a lot of stuff because that end of it seems to be a little weak and like it'll open up a little bit.
Yeah. You can see.
It's already, that one's already chewed up. That'll open up a little bit and it'll slip on things. So every chance you can, use the box. This is box end? This is box end.
It's open end, yeah. Box end.
Use the box end to tighten anything that you're doing. The open end is going to usually slip on you on any one of these wrenches. Any one of the ratchet wrenches. This box end or open end does pretty well. But
Sometimes these do get stuck. These ones are pretty good, actually. But same concept as with your driver or something. It gets stuck. Just give it a little, and it usually comes out of it.
and
Spray it with lube, maybe.
Yeah, just keep using it until it's stripped out or until it's too much of an inconvenience to try to loosen that up. To where if you're always messing with it, then it's time to swap it out. But
Yeah,
if it's doing it once in a while, no big deal.
I haven't really had it to where the gear's been stripped out, I don't think.
That's
Yeah.
the same set of wrenches that's
Yeah.
Yeah, they used to. I think we've gotten again different renditions of these tools over time. We're really finally dialing it into a good set. Why do we have a Bach or that like that?
We have 2 9s because whenever we have a split shaft, we cannot always get our impact in between the spring mounts to tighten a coupler. Grab one real quick. So then each side is a 3/8. It's a 3/8 bolt, so it takes a 9/16. So you got your stationary and a ratchet. Just a lot more convenient.
Because those spring mounts are on each side right here, so the impact can't get in there.
Yeah, can't fit your impact in there.
Sometimes, but whenever we do a new install, we always try to be able to get our impact in there because we're the nice guys and everyone else sucks.
What's the coupler do?
Not personal tools.
Yeah. What's up, dude?
Dax, good morning.
Where's your jacket at, huh? Oh, the key? Yeah.
Rolled out of bed, didn't he?
Where's your jacket at? Are you cold?
No.
Love you. I noticed that you have a lot more of these standard wrenches. Why do you Do you think that we should all have them, or is it something this is okay, or what do you think?
The stationary? you
Yeah,
mean?
the stationary wrenches. Yeah.
I only have the one. I just
Okay.
have a 9/16 now.
Okay.
Before it was we
Yeah.
didn't have the availability to have all ratchets, so it
Okay.
would just be have one.
We used to, yeah, and then sometimes on this box end, like getting inside of this drum, sometimes it'll get a little tight, and that's why you'll have to switch to this side. But that may have been one of the reasons that we would carry a stationary 7 is because that end, that has all those teeth in there, it makes that end of it quite a bit thicker. Like look at
It's
you'll
more
notice.
prominent on the half or the 9.
Yeah, and you'll notice like look, I mean the difference here. You can really see how much bigger that one is than a stationary 9. But yeah, that's I think why we had some of those stationary wrenches. Try not to loosen if something's super tight. Try not to loosen it. I mean, I'll take that back. If
Yeah, I
it
mean-
breaks, it's fine. Just it's good practice to not loosen things with your ratchet wrench and to loosen with your standard wrench to break things loose and then use this. But Ted can figure it out another time. We're going to use ratchets on the on those.
Location. I like to put mine in order, as Steve's learned it is convenient.
Very effective.
So I've got my. I don't know how close it
We
is.
will go. We can show. Yeah, like just a rough idea of where that stuff's going to go.
I did it with the accessory.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. At the end of this, we'll go over like a full layout of how someone is.
No, I like how that is. So I know my 7's always over here, my 9's over here, half in the middle, and they stay there.
Stationary 9 needs to face which way?
I just put the
'Cause that's been
so one curved side. This side is a little bit bigger and it has a curve. I always put that to my body. With the stationary, it's kind of important because the stationary box end has a curve on it. The rest of them are straight. So if you try and put it towards the screwdriver and it catches the screwdriver when you pull it out of your paint, you're pulling out your screwdriver and your wrench at the same time. Inconvenient at height because then you drop it.
hope it falls in the lift.
Yeah. The next thing,
Let's go
What
ahead.
do
And
you want?
No, go ahead and switch this over to a. Get one of the
oh, I see. I did that because, yeah, anyway.
yeah. That we will be doing that every
Joe
time.
Jordan already lost his.
Yeah,
Did you?
It's gonna happen. Yeah.
That's it, yeah.
yeah. So these. So go ahead. These come like this. But
Yes.
We're switched to that.
They have switched to that because they lost their tip.
You're gonna lose it. This is so much better anyway.
It is.
It
It
doesn't
just
stay
pulls.
there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it not staying?
No, it's not staying in
Yeah,
there.
I had that happen the other day. Yeah.
These are brand new to us. We've only been using these for about a month. We saw them on a Black Friday situation, but he'll go over why.
Klein. That's why, because it's Klein.
Klein is a pretty good brand.
No. It comes out of the box like so. And depending on placement, this is pretty easy to pop off. So a couple of guys that have lost their tip, we have switched to that same extension that we use on the rest of the accessory and our drivers and things. Just pulls right out of there. I don't think it's supposed to pull out of there. No, it is. Okay.
Pulls out easier. No,
Yeah.
This one's.
Well, no, it's the same thing. I don't think it has that ball in there. It's just in there.
No,
it's
yeah,
in there tight.
Yeah. It clips in. It's good. Yeah.
This
Go over
piece.
This, go over this. Let's do this one. Yeah. F that one. This is junk.
It has multiple functions. Which piece comes out? Then
This piece right here.
this piece comes out.
Yeah.
Does it? I didn't know that.
Pull. Maybe.
Yes. Oh, okay. So then that's
Nobody told me that.
we got a 3/8 drive on the end there.
Yeah, and I don't know
what the
how
hell is
we're.
that?
I don't know how we can, like,
Well, if you still had this piece,
Yeah, but we don't.
you can flip it around. That doesn't seem very convenient. No, there it
There it
goes.
is.
And you can also put that in your impact. So now you have a 3/8 adapter on your end here. Put your socket on there.
But we have all those attachments for that, so it's okay that we don't have that.
Yeah.
This thing goes right back in there like that.
Extra option if you need
Yeah.
length.
If we find it's again, if we find it's something we need down the road, we'll really work on saving those. But man, those things are really hard to keep on there. And like the way that all of your attachments and stuff can go in the end of this, but they don't really clip in like they do on this thing. And
Yeah,
that was
it's
one of
just
my other
magnetized.
concerns. And that once those clip in, and if that slips down like that, out pops your thing. So, and then I worry about losing stuff. But yeah, this is the coolest thing about these. We have extra boxes in the truck that have all that stuff, but you know, that thing already has everything we need on it.
Most of these we're really not going to use. Specific situations, yes.
That little small square thing I told you guys to get rid of, I found out what it's for. Mine has it again now because I was working on a breaker box, and all of the screws that hold all the ground wires in, it's a little square head. It's a shitty flathead that slips off, but it's a square head that that's what that's
Really
for.
bites
It
it,
really
yeah.
bites in there. So I found one and I put it back in mine, and I'm just leaving something in the end of this all the time.
Okay. Square heads, he is talking about these
Yeah.
here. These are your square
I never
heads.
knew what they were for. That
Yeah.
was my next question, but you answered it.
I started looking through that and I was like, where is this? And I was like, I know where it's at. I don't have the damn thing.
Yeah, it's in the trash. The only really star bit that we would use in a normal situation is a T25 out of there. There are also smaller ones.
You'll see
Sometimes
that
you see them.
on the T20, that's really the only. Sometimes we use a T30. We've used a T30. What was that for? We were carrying that around.
What was that?
People, builders,
Yeah.
just had them.
Yeah, like sometimes, we run into it where when we put our track up and it's a big piece of wood up top in LVL, usually they'll use the long 6-inch wood screws,
Yeah.
and they have a bigger head on them, and it's more of a cap than a tapered
Yeah.
top, and that'll be your T30, and sometimes we have to take those out.
There is not a T30 in this though. It
No,
only goes
I
up
think
to
it only goes to
T25.
25.
But a T20, sometimes you'll wind up. A builder they'll block off an opening with plywood and stuff. Sometimes they'll use T20 on the screws that they use, but we use T25 on all the things that we have. I wouldn't recommend pulling it out of here. You have it on this, but if you need it, it's in there. There's smaller Phillips bits in there. There's the number 3s in there, I think.
Yeah, there's a number 3, there's a 1, a 2.
And this thing is always in our pocket. I found it most useful
I guess there's a 2.
if I ever needed to take a truck home, and you'll run into more random stuff. But it's just super convenient to have anything that you might need in your pocket already. But because again, we do have that box on the truck that has all any one of those things on there. It's also in the truck. So
I don't know if you could use that as a.
yeah, probably in a pinch if you had to.
Yeah.
That's probably a 9/16 or something, or a half.
I think it's more half. Yeah, half.
Yeah,
That's actually nice to know.
Yeah.
Because I don't have a stationary half. So
yeah.
if I got to get in a wrench, man, I can get that in there. That's
Yeah.
actually, sometimes I'm using bicycles.
This, I was
Yeah.
worried that this might pop out
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
I've never ran into a situation where that does.
Yep.
I
So
did find that you can't, because sometimes, I don't know what I was doing. I had a star or something, but I was trying to, or flathead, I was trying to get, is a flathead on a track boat. And I was trying to get that big, thick one in there. So I was trying to tap it with my hammer. It's not good for that.
yeah,
That thing.
this thing, this is not.
Yeah, I didn't try too many times.
It
Yeah,
does
do
say
not-
impact, but I would not hit
No,
anything on it.
I think all of these are impact.
okay.
Yes, do not hit this. This is all plastic. Any of that power that goes through here is going to land in here and bust that thing.
Oh, yeah, and we've also found too that it will jam it up. In the previous models that we've had, it will jam it up, and you cannot get the rest of your accessory out.
I don't know if you guys have grandpas that had all these Craftsman tools growing up, but I've ruined my fair share. Sorry, Grandpa.
Yeah.
Where I put that down and just started smacking the hell out of that, and then it just blows the whole end of this out. But same deal. That's all plastic. You have steel down inside here. That steel's just going to drive up into that plastic and blow that thing apart with that same deal.
Split it apart.
We do have, I think we have one impact we do have one impact screwdriver on the truck, I think, like where you can actually put it against something, or it's kind of like a chisel almost in a way, but where we can do that.
Never even seen that before.
Yeah. Few more things to go over with these personal tools. We've got a magnetic level
Magnetic feeble.
that we started using on everything. Steve was the one who came up with this, and it works out really well. Again, it's got a magnet inside there. This is for, I mean, we could use this for track even. This will get you at least level. I don't recommend bringing a 4-foot level up to the horizontals. I think this is good enough. Just set it to the back of it, and it should be good. Again, we'll go over all that in a video later. But to have this thing, it's super convenient. On mine, I took the grinder and filed down all these edges on that. And then there's no sharp edges on that anymore, because this can cut your pants or whatever you have it in, because these are pretty damn sharp.
It's really tough plastic too.
We went over these, yes.
No.
No?
Nope.
Well, you can go over those. We did go over that?
No, just comparing them to the pliers.
Oh, yeah.
These are the mini scripts. They're usually on the belt. Just quick and easy to have instead of going, hey Ron, go get a set of vice grips. We've got a set on our pants already. I use it majority of the time. Spring line.
Probably most used.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is probably one of the most used tools.
Yeah, versatile, I would say. Yeah. Hold on to your track bolts if you've broken it off or it gets stuck in there. You need to replace the track bolt. Grabbing onto set screws.
Hot stuff.
Yeah, holding on to hot metal so you're not burning your little fingers. Just
Yeah.
a pair of vice grips, very versatile. You know, you can do anything with these you could with your pliers besides stripping wires. And even then, you might be able to, but
Yeah.
not really so much.
Cutting feature.
Yeah,
If you run into some baling wire or something.
Yeah, so instead of using this
It's
cutter
more-
here,
Oh, no way.
there's a cutter inside of these, right there at the base.
Not very sharp.
Yeah, they don't work too well, but it definitely for a piece of baling wire or something like that, it'll get into it, and just bend it a couple times, it'll break. But definitely that's a good cutter for sure. With this too, like this opens all the way up, and you can grab all kinds of different sizes of things.
Tighten our clutch. We tighten our clutch with those
Yep.
normally.
Huge. I mean, like
On the
this
opener.
thing, you can bite things that big that comes out, but you can tighten things up to that big with these. And then we have multiple sets on the truck as well that are bigger. But this will run like shit sometimes. Spray a little bit of lube on it, and it's back to good. Just take care of the stuff.
What if it comes out? How do I fix it? You know,
Yeah. Sometimes when you're if these fall on the ground or something like that, they'll pop out. So this presses up like that and comes out, and then it's just sitting there floppy like that. These are not trash. It can fix. Up, in, and down. Just like that. They're back to good.
Brand new.
But again, you could put a lot of pressure on these. When it is really tight like that, use 2 hands the best you can, and then just squeeze on this piece really hard. It'll actually do it on its own if you can get it. If you just squeeze on that, it'll pop open. But always try to grab it with 2 hands, because that way it doesn't smack you or someone else, and then it pops open like that.
There's been times I've had to use a screwdriver
Yeah,
to open them.
yeah. And then our trusty utility knife.
Our utility knife.
We've gone through a few different renditions of this as well. We've landed on this one. This is a very strong. It's a nice knife.
If you not have that clip do that thing, and since I've gotten the new.
Yeah, a lot of the times we've left other styles because of this clip. It'll pop up and just stay open, then it just falls out of your pants.
Yep. If that happens with these, you can always we can always fix that. We usually put like an Allen wrench or something inside there, and we're able to bend that back down instead of it just being stuck like this. So if it's not staying in your pocket very well, we can always fix that clip.
Let me spray that sucker down, bud. It's a little stiff. Pretty simple to remove the blade. You just push down on this little knurled tab here. Pops that guy up. And stick it back in there. With the Irwin blades, I don't know, do the others have the 2 spots on them as well?
Yep, they all do.
Most of the blades that we use have 2 spots, so if you need a little bit longer, you can have it a little bit longer
No way.
normally.
I would definitely recommend keeping it in all the
Yeah.
way. But I mean, for sure though, like he said, you can always do that. It's nice and secure. It is an option available for it, but remember to put it back in because it just feels less safe with it all the way out there at the end like that. you know?
Yeah.
Got your buddy, not your friend. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You can always get new buddy, but not new buddy.
Yep. It is sharp also, so pay attention to that. This fucker will cut the shit out of you.
Try to keep that nice though too. Like if
that's
that
rough.
blade's getting bad on you, we keep a pack of 50 of them on the truck. And again, there are 2 ends to this blade. One of them goes bad, flip it around, put it back in the other way. Good to go. And the way that we open it, the way that I've always opened mine is you can put your finger at the base of this, pull it up, grab it, and then you have it like this. Switch your fingers to there, and then flip it open. And then you can, and then it's really, yeah. And then same way with closing it, you can
That's what I was saying. This one's
flip it,
pretty stiff.
and that's not going to hit your finger. I think that's actually how it's designed,
Yeah,
because it's
what's
got
that
like
design
some ribs on it right there. But flip it like that, and then close it. One more thing on this. This is a very stout piece of steel here on the bottom, and I am definitely okay with you grabbing a hold of this and smacking on something if you have to. This is that's kind of what that's for, being so heavy like that. That I've never had that fail or cause any problems, so I'm totally okay with you guys if you have to in a pinch, hit on something with that.
I would not recommend doing it with it open.
Yeah, yeah.
You have 2 markers, huh?
I have a marker for marking things that's got a batter tip for just making marks on
There's a
wood.
very rounded tip.
I needed to. That's for if I need to write things down or label things.
Yep. And then we have the sharper tip, the new one. We have checklists that we go over, and we write on our stickers the date that we went over the checklist.
And so when that new one goes bad, then that's the mark one. and I
Yeah.
go, yeah.
These are the Milwaukee Inkzol. They claim they write on water or on wet surfaces. They kind of do, but they kind of don't. If you have to, they will. But yeah, they're made to also write on water.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, wet surfaces, not write on water. That'd be crazy.
This is the standard flashlight that we carry.
Mine's dead.
It is an O-light. Steve's is dead. There we go. As you see.
Everybody has one. Everybody gets one. This is what you guys will be getting. This one. No, actually, Cam's is that one.
Mine is this one, yeah.
Yeah. No.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Yours is this
Oh,
one.
that's the new one, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
This is a little
Yeah.
different.
Sides.
Go over this one because this is the one that everybody's going to be getting, and that is actually the same price as these.
This is a new model. We found that these little chargers here, they don't wear out. It just doesn't charge.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't quite understand what happens to them, but they stop working.
So then, the next year model, they came up with this little guy here.
A Type
the
C
Type
charger. Yep.
Nice.
Flip that little cover back over. So we have
So nice.
a couple different things here. We got a flashlight. You can brightness. You can also But
Yeah, I can't.
it doesn't strobe.
Is it double?
Yeah.
Mine's just hold. Oh, okay, I lied. Oh, it's 2-tap. And then you can blind your buddy or yourself.
What was that ever be used for? SOS?
I would say, yeah, to say like, hey, I'm over here, come look. Yeah, look what's going on over here. I'm trying to get somebody's
this one-
attention.
I can't.
Maybe.
This one isn't doing it.
The double tap feature on this one is, it should be a turbo light. It might be dead. No, it's
Yeah, so that's good.
but yeah, if you press and hold it to go through the cycles, if you double tap it, it jumps to the turbo mode.
Okay.
Then it also has a black light feature, and it also has the laser pointer. These are super effective for pointing at things for customers, or for when you're working with anybody. Hey, check that thing out. For that as well.
Turn the light on with the laser.
This one, yeah, this one you can.
This one you can.
Mine
yeah.
you can too. I was
So
thinking
you turn
about
it to your laser setting, and it should.
No, yep.
that's-
Now turn
that's-
your laser on. Now turn your laser on. Yep. Flashlight's on. Nope. Yep.
So this one's
Lasers,
different than mine.
lasers here.
Lasers here.
Here.
Oh, okay. So yeah, this is completely
Oh, it's
different
on
than
the
mine.
side?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
So you got your light on, and then you can turn your laser on as well
With your flashlight.
with your flashlight,
That is insane.
which is pretty nice.
These actually do that too.
Yes.
Yeah, mine does it too.
Yeah.
I just don't have the button on the
Yeah.
side. That's why I
The button's nice.
wasn't able to figure it out.
But so this one, these new ones, they also have. So there's two different flashlights. There's your beam light, and then there's your strobe or your floodlight. Yeah.
Okay, so I was wondering why it had two different
Yeah.
spots on there.
But everybody gets one of these. These are a $100 flashlight. Going into that a little bit, if you lose any one of these tools, it comes out of your paycheck. We do it incrementally. It's not all at once. Don't lose a Surewinder or a Brute Winder, because they are. I mean, the Brute Winders almost they're probably pushing $1,500, $1,800 now. Same goes if you drop it off of the lift. That's on you. There is normal wear and tear, but then there's also breaking tools. And if you guys break a tool, if you guys drop an impact out of a lift and the head falls off of it, that impact is now yours, and I need a new one.
You have lots
This
of
is
forms.
Yeah, there's a lost tool form as well if you lose stuff, ladders, all that stuff.
this light is also magnetic,
Yep, super
handy.
convenient.
and it's a very stout magnet too.
And then I don't really use it for this much, but there's the ball cap feature as well, where you can put it on your hat and use it as a headlamp.
All the time. All the time.
Yeah,
That's you.
yeah, those two.
And this is our carpenter pencil. I've kind of strayed away from it. I haven't
Same.
used it recently. Just use your marker instead.
Yep, that's what I do. We don't use it enough to say that, in my opinion, we don't use it enough to say that the marker is getting damaged enough to have to use the pencil all the time. Maybe if we're doing a bunch of carpentry work or a
Yeah, or if you're
Slider
trying to mark
replacement.
concrete or something, you
Yeah.
could use the carpenter pencil because this.
Or writing on ceilings or metal.
I do the marker. I always use
Yeah.
the marker. I just
Use
do a
the
dot or a small little
Yeah.
mark.
Put it in my hat.
Yeah.
So it's,
If we're doing a slider replacement, I would suggest using the pencil. But I mean, it's just another tool that's going to be on the truck. Because this thing, the reason I stopped carrying it so much is it falls out. It doesn't. There's no clip to it. And I'm sure they've got some with clips on them, but that thing, for me, it's always falling out.
if I keep it long,
That little-
I don't like
Yeah.
the thickness of the tip. Like it's always like this, and it doesn't fucking feel like it writes well. I don't know. It's hard. I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, it's like you either have a really fine point or it could
It's
be
this
an
fucking
eighth
big
of
ass
an inch.
rectangle.
Eighth of an inch. You know, you're cutting. That matters.
Yeah. And then we have a pin also. Yours truly brand.
Use it
I
for.
would say
Yeah.
that pin specifically because it's got a stylus on the end, so that if you have to do anything like that in your jobs, so make any notes, that's what I keep that one specifically for.
Yeah, mine's kind of busted on the end. I've had mine for a while.
My lumber there's on a different place.
I would say the main thing we use it for is, hey, sign this
Yeah.
off the truck. You know, hey, you got a
Yeah.
pin.
That's really the only time.
Too many times, hey, you got a pin, and yes, we do have a pin.
Yes, we do have a pin.
We always have a pin.
On to the next. We got a pocket tape here. This is a little short 8-footer. Very easy to read. This isn't the cheater tape. but you use it enough, you know what's what, your increments. And this just goes in your pocket instead of having a 25-foot tape on your belt or something. Or
We don't need it for that. You know, we're usually making small measurements on things, and
Which pocket?
we'll go over where everything goes here in a minute. Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah.
And then this is our digital tape measure, which goes up to 80 feet, 65, 80.
70.
That should be on the side, I think. No? Well, this one, the older one, goes to 65 feet. I think that one's probably the same.
Yeah, it's either 65 or 80. I can't remember. But
Yeah. But they're accurate to within a 16th to an eighth of an inch. What have you found with, like,
whenever I do vinyl, I always drop a 16th of an inch, and that makes the vinyl fit perfectly. If you just cut it at the measurement that you get, then you have to trim it.
transferring it from this to a tape measure, dropping a 16th of an inch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's very convenient. You got a few settings here that you can go through. You can have 16th.
I would
Let's just
recommend
go-
16th,
yeah,
not 30th.
Always, yeah. There's a 32nd, which we're not that precise. 16th, 1/8 inch, 1/4 inch, and that's just saying. So it'll always go in 1/4 inch increments. It will not go in 16th inch increments. So it'll jump from a 1/4 to a 1/2. It won't jump from 1/4 to 5/16 to so on and so forth until you get to your 1/2.
Pay attention to that you're on 16s because
Yeah.
lately I've been getting on 8s and halves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me,
Yeah. So just pressing and holding that is what causes all that. Just turning
Well,
it on.
this one you can just punch
Oh,
that button.
okay, yeah.
You just punch
Yeah.
that button and it'll
And
change it.
These things do wear out, man. And again, there is normal wear and tear on these tools, and this one gets some pretty early wear and tear. These will last for about 2 years.
Mine gets very sensitive. I gotta put it up against. I mean, if you even tap it.
Yeah,
it
mine
shut
does the
off.
same thing
Yeah.
too.
If you tap it, you know.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
You're just gonna.
And again, if there's something like that that's causing you guys to slow down with your work, definitely let us know or let Josh know, and we'll get you a new one, because we don't want to. The cost of this thing is not worth the time that's being wasted
Yeah,
on.
the time that's wasted
Yeah.
for sure. I've noticed too that if your lens in here gets dirty, you will get improper readings. It'll say error all the time. So when I always put mine in my pants, I always put this side down, and
Yeah.
it just keeps it
Yeah,
cleaner.
for sure. And then,
put that side down, screen facing in.
yeah,
I don't really worry about screen too much, but just that side, the lens and laser side down.
this is the pouch. I know Steve's hoping that we go over this hammer, but not yet. We are not going over the hammer yet. This is everybody has this exact same tool belt. There's not a lot going on with it. It has your pouch on it. This always and only has so we do 2 different door manufacturers right now that we have 3, or we have like 3, I think. But one of them uses 3/8 tappers heads, and versus the 7/16, which is what the other 2 companies use. Never mix those. Never have 3/8 in here at the same time as your 7/16 one, because you'll always be grabbing for it, and it's just super inefficient. If you're switching from one thing to the other, pull all of them out, put them on something, save them. Let's not waste them. Save them, and then we'll switch back if we have to.
Normally,
yeah,
that is lags. Just
lags
in
and
there.
fatties normally.
You know, throw fatties up in here in this little
Yeah,
pocket.
okay. Steve is using it as a probably pouch, which is, hey, do you got one of those? Probably. And that's why there's all these different things here, because he probably has it on his person.
Which is not a terrible idea,
yeah,
but
not against it. Maybe we can start. Steve's ran through a couple different renditions of this as well, where he's tried putting certain things in here, certain things in here. Again, everything's always a work in progress. We're always trying to find a better way to do something. That's why this is acceptable. It's in the middle of a transition. We might transition to this, or we might say, hey, Steve, don't do that. Let's only keep lags in there. But we're always open to making adjustments, and this is basically a trial period.
magnet.
Yes, there is this ridiculous magnet in here. That's why all this stuff is held together. There's an automotive manufacturer that we work at that gives these out to us. But this thing it's ridiculous. I mean, it's difficult to get some of this stuff off of here. But each one of these has this magnet down inside there, so that we can not lose all this stuff while we're climbing around on everything.
I think it's insane that it's holding a wire nut.
Yeah, I just saw that. Yeah, I was like, damn. Like look at this thing. It's all the way out there, and it's still holding it just fine. But
Your wire nuts too will also hold to the outside of your pouch.
yeah, there's also a magnet on the outside of that pouch. This is totally separate from it now, and that can sit on there if you guys ever need a couple screws, 2 or 3 screws that you're trying to hold on to something, or your opener screws. Careful, because if you lose those, they're gone.
Yeah.
I'm trying to still find those. We haven't got them yet. Yeah, Steve is just keeping, 5/16. All the random things that we're using. There's a key in here. There's a wire nut. You saw earlier that I said, hey, do we have a screw? Boom, there's a screw. It's just convenient to have a lot of different things like that. But if you're doing an install, you might take this out and get more lags in there, or just get maybe just throw a few more lags on top of that. Again, it's something that we're playing with, figuring it out. On this is also another little tape. This one has a nice chain on there and a nice hook. This one is different than this one. This one does come with a chain and a hook. This one does not go here. This one goes here, and this one does not go in your pocket. When you get this one, pull that chain off there. If you don't, it's going to fall off in a couple days anyway. But it's a lot easier to not have that hook on there to have this thing in your pocket. This one is for quick measurements. How far away are you from that? Or how much more do you need on that? How far is your thing from that? Reaching inside your pocket doing an install, there are a few things going on with your pocket, and getting that pulled out of there is more difficult than just grabbing this thing and putting it against the wall and doing your measurement. You'll see this is super convenient. It's an awesome addition to the belt. This belt can be, one second, almost done with this. Can you hear me? We're almost done with this. Later. The belt, this all gets adjusted to your person. This is yours, not anyone else's. No one grabs someone else's belt. We all have we're all different sizes, so this belt goes for you. This thing does come in half. You pull that Velcro off, get it close to where it needs to be for your waist, and then whenever you pull it tight, it lands where it's supposed to on that, and you don't have to really ream on this or do all that. You get it to a nice firm pull, and then it doesn't do all that stuff. And then you don't wind up with a sore waist saying, I can't come in tomorrow because my waist hurts. So this thing goes on like this. Your hip bone, put it above your hip bone and in, or even on your hip bone. Like my hip bone is right there. It's literally resting on my hip bone. And then pull it nice and tight. Feeds back through, and this is going to have 3 extra feet of shit on it. We cut that off and we burn that. Whenever you cut anything like this, straps, any strap like a tow hook, or I'm sorry, a ratchet strap or anything like that, always melt that so it doesn't fray.
The rope on an opener, I do that too.
Yep, same deal. And then this, so I always grab this and then pull it around and put it over top of that. Makes it super easy to reach in there and grab stuff. And look, what's the measurement on the thing? Real quick, and I got the measurement on the thing instead of
How far is your shaft away from the wall?
digging the thing in there, So let me bring this in quite a bit. I'm gonna bring this in so you guys get a better look.
How do you get the screen back on here?
I'm not worried
It's all
about
the
it.
time right now.
Maybe tap it.
Yeah, that's right.
Is that? Let's go even closer. Actually, let's do this. I'm gonna turn around.
Oh, put it on you out there. Yeah. You
All
changed the
right,
setting.
there we go. So now to outfit everything. There's your pen, marker, flashlight, and you might have to help me on some of this, Josh. There's your digi that goes in that side pocket right there. This one, I have this one that they're running out of these. This is the older model, and this is the newer model. You can see that one's a little bit thicker. I like this one because it goes in your pocket easier. But I don't think there are any more of those. If you want one, you can get one off eBay. Your other pocket goes there, or your pocket tape goes there in that big pocket. And then these are your main tools. Again, they hook here. And then you guys can pay attention to how I'm doing all this stuff because you're going to run into the same problems. Grab that, middle finger that, shove it on there nice, get the hook to pass through. More of a struggle than it always ever has been.
Mine are all bent.
Goes there like that. When you're walking around, you can take that and shove it in there, and it's not flopping around. These do, like these will fall off of this. They don't just fall off. It's not. This is a pretty okay thing. It's not great, but it's okay. They last for a while. This will be released like that, and it will fall out. In your pocket, there's a lot going on, especially when you're reaching for things. You will be grabbing in here, and you'll hit something, and it'll cause that thing to get released and fall off. Again, walking around, put that back in there. If you are doing an install for a lengthy period of time, take this. Why is it gone?
I put it around.
There's a hook here on this side, but that'll hook right there.
I put it around this.
Okay.
It keeps it from flopping around
Okay.
as much.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then having all that stuff, boom, 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 right there. It's super convenient. I'm gonna go ahead and put this here.
I'm gonna take my knife out before I put it in there.
Accessory one, we went over all that stuff. Other side, nice hook there, and then you grab all that stuff, and then in it goes just like that. Keep them coming. And then we've got your screwdriver. This goes.
I have mine in my left pocket just because my left hand is more.
This pocket
I
here.
use it, yeah, right here. So yeah, and then also you don't lose your tip because it's not touching your pants.
He puts his there. I put mine here. I don't know why I do that, but it's easier to get to, and it doesn't flare these out as much. But I'm open to whatever on that. And then your wrenches.
The main reason that I keep mine in that pocket is for the wrench situation, having them put in there nice and neat and in the same way every time, same orientation.
And those
every time.
never move.
No.
I've tried it the past
No,
2
I've
weeks.
watched him. It works well.
So this is how we do this then. We put that there, and then we have the wrench orientation like Josh mentioned.
I always put them box end down.
Oh, okay, yeah. So we went over that, do that. And if you have any questions with it, we will do it again. Or we'll show you. Next.
You've got your knife on you already?
Yes, knife goes there. Pliers. Here?
Accessory pocket.
Here. No way.
Here.
Yeah, those go here. The pliers go here, like this. And then pull them out. It doesn't take anything with it. And again, if you're doing an install,
A lot of wiring.
if you're wiring up an opener, put them like that. They come in and out way easier. If you are walking around, they always go back in like this, so that they are not poking a hole in the bottom of your pants. Mini scripts, not super He-Man tight. There's no point. But you don't want them falling off. Don't clip the ring. Go around the ring and clip. Those should be able to flip around.
You've got your pins already in there.
Yep. Let's see that level.
The level.
Yeah. Level goes
I put mine where you're pulling on.
here.
So,
Yeah, that's where but mine's always falling out. You're putting it here?
Really?
Mine doesn't fall
Mine
out
never
here.
falls out.
Where's your digi
Let
go?
me see.
Oh, small pocket on the right.
Yes.
Let me see the pouch. Mine goes here.
On this one.
Yep.
That's not an all the way. That's an all the way through hole.
It shouldn't be.
Okay. So there's a pouch. There's a pouch here, or a pocket here, where this can go nice and deep inside there. But like Steve was doing with his, I'm okay with putting that thing right in here, especially during an install. That's fine as well. And so also we have
Same way with
a
a new pouch.
5/30 seconds.
There's not a hole in the bottom.
I think it's a 5/30 seconds.
think.
Allen wrench that we didn't go over.
Yeah, it's not a 3/16.
This guy's stealing one out of the kit, but it's a nice one. Putting this goes in this pocket. I always put it there, but I always forget it whenever I go to change over my pants. It always winds up in the washer or in the dryer.
Mine goes here.
Inside the pouch, inside the hook there. We are getting to where we're doing a few things differently, but don't just do it for no reason, basically.
Yes, it
Don't
is.
just do it because it's like the easiest thing to get to and it's sloppy, because then that's when you'll start losing stuff. Do it for a reason and repeat it.
Yeah, it is
It's
practical.
basically what it is.
Practical placement, efficient placement
Yeah.
is mainly why
Yep.
they vary.
Yep.
'Cause some people use hands differently. I use my left hand more, but I am right-handed. I
Mm-hmm.
use my left hand more for certain things. So that's why sides vary in pockets.
Yep. And we are doing. We're breaking off. We've been mainly everyone's everything, but we're breaking off into service guys, install guys, residential install guys, and a lot of this is going to change. You know, there'll be some different variations of what it is right now, but and that'll also cause major differences. Like you can have this here, but I never need it, you know, or something like that, because I'm always reaching in for my tappers or something like that, you know. But I mean, and that, again, don't do it for no reason, or you'll wind up doing a bunch of shit for no reason. So,
And if it's sloppy, then you start dropping things. When you're 20 feet up in the air and you start dropping things, that's a problem.
yes,
Very inconvenient.
yes. Hey, why did it take you so long to do that install? Why did you know? Or guess what? Now you owe me a new thing, or whatever, because you're wanting to put it in just some random spot. This does seem random as hell, but it's not. It is actually, there's a reason for it.
It is practical.
Why all that stuff goes there, you know, and we're definitely open to any discussions. You know, if you think something's better, bring it up. We'll try it out for a little while. Let's see what you think. How's it going? It's awesome. Okay. Everybody does that now, so that way everyone can pick up on that efficiency.
These pouches are a lot. I mean, it's the same thing, but this is a newer pouch, so you might want to switch out your pouch. And so, you know, that pocket there, you were talking about how easy it was to pull it out of there. I mean, it just slides right in there. Sticks in there real nice, doesn't fall out, comes right out.
One more thing. All the impacts have this on them, and see how that faces towards the back? All of them do that. There's a zip tie on here that holds that thing in place, and it's Velcroed. So that clips right in there. That does not come out unless you lift this button right here and then pull it out. You can climb anywhere, and that flips right in there, and it becomes second nature to right where that thing's at. Do you guys have anything else?
That's about it.
One more thing. After 90 days, 60 days, whatever, everyone gets a set of AirPods, because it's super inconvenient to hold your damn phone while you're working on something, or it's super inefficient to hold your phone while you're working on something when you're trying to go over something. We always keep them inside of this thing because you get a bunch of metal shavings inside there, and they'll get damaged over time. So we always have a pouch to put them in that saves them a little bit further from any of that extra damage that happens when we're out in the field. These go in the right pocket, and you wear one all the time. If you're at work, you have your AirPod in, pretty much. I don't right now. Don't worry about it. But that is the personal tool situation, and we'll see you on the next one.